Postman. No. How y'all doing? Ain't nobody here actually. I ain't even see. How you? What's up, man? I'm just posted up before I gotta go to work. What you got going on? Just sitting with that shade. So I can chill out a bit. Couple of birds. What y'all got going on? What's the appellation? What's up, PMC? How you doing? Everything all right on y'all ends? Made some game, went outside, trying to kick it. Yeah, sorry to hear that, PMC. Yeah. It's the only time I use hanging in there is when I got to deal with stuff like that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I started doing this. It helped me keep my mind off of stuff. Yep, that's what people say. Fine in April, blown up in May. Indeed, got to keep that focus, man. That's all I do. Try not to let everything get on me. That way I'm not stuck in freak out mode. Yeah. Ah, yes, the comics. Mm. I gotta, I gotta check up and see what comics I need to be reading. But yeah, Shadowhawk was dope. Used to love Shadowhawk. I made a vid about him too. Well, a short. Like I said, I predominantly do shorts. That's just my favorite. Never read Dark Child though. Kind of looks like a least favorite comic. I don't really have a least favorite because there's a lot. There's so many out there I haven't read, and some on here I can't tell you. I am kind of mad they're trying to kill off Penance. Yeah, there's so many, so many times. Probably the Funeral for a Friend series. You know, after the death of Superman. I remember when the death of Superman came out, it was huge news. Huge. Like, and I don't mean like huge because there was no internet. I mean huge as in it was all over the news. So Funeral for a Friend kind of tainted it for me. Hey, Crazy Hillbilly, how you doing? But that's what I would say as far as like when it comes to least favorite. What up, Ryan? How you doing? I'm just killing a few minutes, you know. I gotta go to work here in a bit, a couple of hours. I'm up too early. I'm sitting in the shade to avoid the sunlight. Just kicking it. Enjoying this weather. Cause if I step outside, it's hot. But in the shade, it's cool. Yes, that's Superman. Yep. I had the book, and that was like one of my favorites because Doomsday was just that was such an epic entrance. Oh man, I won't have a great day at work. I won't have a bad day either. It's just work. I kind of zone out when I'm there, except for when I feel like making little shorts when I do my quote battles. I hope you have good streams and stuff. I always try to keep up. Yeah, but at least I'm not in Vegas. It's really hot out there. I have no idea. The person that I stay with is a mechanic. They got tires all up this yucker. All those cars. That's what y'all don't see in the dark. Yeah, Superman had to do it. He did the double fist knockout to him. Doomsday took him out with a punch. What up, Sunfish? How you holding up? Yeah, nah, he's a mechanic. That's all he does, work on cars. That car parts all over. I couldn't even tell you the thing about any of it. I didn't have a dad growing up, so I didn't ever know anything about cars. I just knew that I'm like, I don't need a car. I got kids. They cost enough. No, that's just what I happen to be staring at as I'm looking at the chat. Sorry, why would I sell used tires? Uh-huh. Yep, that's why I was in the shade. Now I'm back out into the heat. Yep. All the time. I just be like, whatever. Every time I get it, I got, hey, is he here? Yeah, he here. Comes out, takes a look at the cars. Hell, even the tree here holds his parts. Pretty much. No, he does it independently. And he works at a shop when he feels like it. He's got it like that. Well, yeah, I just came up just to chill out, say what's up. Yep. I do pretty. I mean, I work whenever. I only work a few days a week, but it's like they keep giving me extra days. Apparently, I'm good at my job. They keep trying to promote me, and I'm like, no, because I'm a drifter at the end of the day. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I take off like crazy. I do got to charge my battery before I leave, though. Otherwise, I'm gonna be SOL later. Especially since I've been playing Jeanne d'Arc. Love me some Jeanne d'Arc. I've been doing a lot of my grinding over on Twitch because I do my grinds, and then when I decide to advance in the game, then I go on YouTube and I do it that way. But when I'm doing nonsense like this, I'm posting on all three. Oh yeah, always been a vagabond. Well, not always. I've always been one and don't know the other life. I mean, I lived in one place for a few years. Like I lived in one apartment and all that. And it was weird because I just kept working to preserve my apartment. Now I just do whatever the hell I feel like doing because I ain't got to worry about it. The kid is grown. I'm not married, so it ain't like I got to worry about supporting anybody. Besides, Musashi Miyamoto had some great philosophies, and he was a vagabond. But he was also a duelist. See, that's the part I would like. It would be cool if I could be a vagabond duelist. Traveling the world with my swords. Somebody challenges me, we meet at daybreak, swords drawn, and then the one who survives. Then I get to sit down and write beautiful samurai text. Hey, that bird is pretty. And he's flying his butt off. That's a big ass dragonfly. Wow. This camera does not have the definition I need. The operative goal, though, is to get further, keep traveling, stop the life from unraveling. What? I'm not spitting no random bars like some crazy rap star going too far near and here, and I can't even endure. Nothing for me to endure because there's no cure for this cure. I just keep on saying kind of crazy shit because I'm lazy, man. Oh, wait. Am I spitting? Nah, it's just me talking kind of weird shit because I'm tripping. Probably because I haven't done any bottle flipping. Oh, snap. Sorry, I snapped out for a second. Other than that, I've just been watching a lot of Josh Johnson. Dude's funny as hell. Happy for him. He even got on a Daily Show now. Still keeping up with the movies. Wolverine and Deadpool. That was a treat. Oh man, don't give me no beats. If I got a beat, all I know how to do is bring the heat. I won't stop spitting. You know what's funny? I've been finding some really tight beats in K-pop and J-pop. I even found some dope beats out of India. Like I heard this metal rap group that came out of India, and I was like, "This is hard." I wish I could remember where I found it. But they had the beats. Yeah, I was trying not to mention that because I don't like being a spoiler guy. But props is to give into that cameo because that cameo, people forget that was the first successful Marvel movie, the first successful one. Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher didn't work, even though I loved it. I still don't know why he would sit naked in the sewer on his knees talking to God, but whatever, whatever. It still had Lou Gossett Jr. I actually liked the old Captain America movie that came out in 1990. And there was that Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie that was complete low budget, but so far it's the only good one, according to people. I mean, I've always wanted comic book movies. Sweet Christmas. So I can't get superhero fatigue because The Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks in it as a gangster was a comic book, a graphic novel that was adapted from the classic Lone Wolf and Cub. Oh, what up, Merlana? How you doing? How you doing? Oh man, Merlana's always cool. Such a sweetheart. Yeah, he's crossbones. It happens. That was great too, having Chris Evans in there in the Deadpool. Everybody just knew he was going to be Captain America. I'm like, no, he played another superhero before that in the Marvel Universe. Now you're getting me all hyped. Only thing missing from this conversation is easy. Oh, I love Samuel Jackson as Blade, but he can't do it. Plus, Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury actually works because in Ultimate Marvel, he was that Nick Fury was modeled after Samuel Jackson. So he gave his approval for it. That's the whole reason why he played Nick Fury. Because before that, the only live action Nick Fury we had was David Hasselhoff. Deadpool, Deathstroke, Deadshot. You know what? I like Deadshot. He's one of the only Batman villains you don't get to see animated except for in the anime versions of Batman. But that's as rare as like, have you ever watched the original? Like, Marvel used to do a lot of stuff with Toei Animation and Toei Live out in Japan. So, you ever seen the live action Spider-Man from Japan? They just had to have kaiju in there. So he's Spider-Man. He's got vehicles, giant robot, and he's got to fight giant monsters. And he has an automatic weapon. Like you sit up there blasting fools with bullets. I'm like, oh yeah, that's some good Spider-Man right there. Cat Eyes. Hey, nah, Cat Eyes is cool. Cat Eyes be showing off the lizards. Cat Eyes is just real cool people. And Caitlyn, snap. I'm getting bad at this sneakiness stuff. I used to be way sneakier. Ah, yes, ¿cómo está? ¿Tú estás bien? Español muy poquito. And my Tagalog is atrocious. My Bulgarian's subpar. But I do have an ear for languages. I'm better at understanding them than I am speaking them because I got this horrible lisp. Used to be way worse, but speech therapy kind of cleared it up. But glad to see everybody. You see this? I'm outside. Shocker, Mysterio, and Hydra Man. Yeah, nah, Shocker's dope. I mean, Mysterio, he's cool. You can't go wrong with Dr. Octopus. Carnage. But it's because of Spider-Man that I found my favorite superhero crew. Cloak and Dagger. Ah, look at that scare ball. It's cooking your boy. Yeah, I wish they would have put Demo Goblin on there, but I think that would have been too much. Which is weird. I was never a fan of Spider-Man. I liked some of his villains, but my hero was Static because I was a big supporter of Milestone Comics. Hey, Pixel Chick, what's up? Nice weather, my left butt cheek. It's hot out here. That's why I keep walking in the shade. I'm burning up. Even the birds aren't chirping. They're flying around, but this camera don't pick up any of it. So there goes my degree in journalism. Like I ever. Anyways. I've seen it. I seen that movie. I love that movie. I need that movie. We were just talking about it, actually. What superhero series has the best villains? Let's see. That's a complex question, bro. Because if I were to go off the rip, I'd say Spawn. But some of them weren't. They were only villains in Spawn's area, but outside of that, they were mercenaries and heroes. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know about Beetlejuice 2. I'm going to be honest, I don't know about Beetlejuice 2. I would like to see it, but at the same time, that's Beetlejuice. You don't mess with a classic. That was me and my mom's chill out together movie. She would always like when you go, you don't need to talk to Barbara. So, I got to be careful when it comes to that. I know you're complex, but it's like it depends on what type of villains we're talking about in comic books. I mean, criminals, manipulators, thieves, liars, the ones that just stick to what they do, the ones that are pure evil without an explanation. Yep, Michael Keaton was Batman after Adam West. I can't remember the name of the first Batman in movies because there was a live action Batman before Adam West. He was like 23 years old when he took the role. But yeah, Michael Keaton was Batman for 2 movies. What's also would have been fun is originally Billy D. Williams was supposed to be Two-Face. That's why he was Harvey Dent. He still got paid even though Tommy Lee Jones got the role. But when Tim Burton was directed it, he was Harvey Dent. He was supposed to be Two-Face. And I would have liked to have seen Billy D. Williams' portrayal as Two-Face. I just think he would have been way too cool flipping that coin. Yeah, Lewis Wilson is his name. That's just like the first live Spider-Man was on a children's TV show called The Electric Company. Way before the first Spider-Man movies. It would always be part of Spidey Says segments. Yeah, that goes without saying. It was a toss up between George Clooney and Val Kilmer. Ooh, I was just reading some stuff. Because they're working on a new Berserk anime, and I just hope that it gets the props it deserves because they've been working forever to try to get that done right. Daredevil, we talking about the movie with Ben Affleck? Because if we are, we need to not talk about it. I hated that movie, and I don't like to talk negative on stuff on here. The funny part is they had a Daredevil. There was a live action Daredevil before that. He was on an episode of The Incredible Hulk. Like Matt Murdock was the lawyer, of course, and his alter ego was out there trying to help clear the Hulk's name. Yeah, that's because those movies were garbage. I tried to like them, but it's funny. The same guy that made the Ben Affleck Daredevil is the same guy that made Ghost Rider, the movie, but like the one with Nicolas Cage, and they messed that up. Now the Ghost Rider on Agents of Shield, the TV show was excellent. In every way imaginable, that would be a train wreck. But heck, I would like to see a Lone Wolf and Cub anime or a Lady Snowblood anime because those are two. It's funny; those are two manga that got made into live action, but they were never translated to anime. Hell, Ichi the Killer got all three. Fantastic Four reboot. Which time? They rebooted it twice. I told you there was the one that came out in the early '90s, Roger Corman one, which was at least closely adapted. Then they had the ones that came out in the early 2000s, which I can't believe they ruined Silver Surfer for me. And then there was the one made by the guy that did Chronicle. And now they're going to try again. They were all a mess, PMC. There's no defending it. They were all a mess. I don't know, though. I always thought that the Fantastic Four were kind of jerky. Well, at least Reed Richards. Norm Macdonald did a great bit on there where he's like, well, you turn into fire, you're like a torch, so we can call you the Human Torch. And Sue, you are invisible, so we can call you the Invisible Girl. And you're like a brick made thing, so we'll call you the Thing. And I stretch, so we'll call me Mr. Fantastic. All right, guys, let's go. And they're like, hey, wait a minute. Why you get to be Mr. Fantastic? Oh, because we're the Fantastic Four. Meanwhile, everybody else got generic names, but he calls himself Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, but Lady Snowblood was better. Just like have you seen Netflix's One Piece, the live action? It's pretty good. And a lot of people like the guy that plays Verona Zoro. And I'm like, of course you like him. That's Sonny Chiba's son. Sonny Chiba oozed cool. So of course it rubbed off on his son. Yeah, that's the son of Sonny Chiba. He has no choice but to be awesome. He can't. I don't think Sonny Chiba accepts mediocrity in his family. R.I.P. to the great Sonny Chiba. It did have an anime scene, a whole anime sequence. When they were explaining, I can't remember her name. Oren Ishii? I don't know. Yeah, Samurai Jack was still tight. Tight. Genndy Tartakovsky did a great job. Phil Lamar was awesome. I'm mad at Cartoon Network, though. They refuse to acknowledge Johnny Bravo. How you going to refuse to acknowledge Johnny Bravo? He was one of your first big hits. It would be. I mean, I think it would be dope. I mean, the story's there. But the only thing I would have against it is, and I can't really say it fairly, but like, it's hard for anybody to do a proper Aku. I mean, Mako had that locked down, but his apprentice ended up doing a great job. The same guy that did the voice of Uncle Iroh on Avatar: The Last Airbender took over when Mako died. So it can be done, but if I want Aku, I need that Aku voice. Actually, Johnny Bravo was about, the point of the show is that he gets lucky 90% of the time. The show is supposed to focus on the 10% where he fails. Plus, I like Johnny Bravo for his character. Like when they had the Schoolhouse Rock episode, the best episode of all time to me. Well, one of the best. Because that guy was trying to teach him to be sensitive and all this other crap. And at the end, it turned out the guy was just a lying manipulator. Talking about I said you had to be sensitive. I didn't say you had to mean it. I'd tell a girl I could turn lead into gold and get her to go out with me. I was like, and then at the end, all the girls he lied to came up and beat the crap out of him. And Johnny goes, man, what a jerk. And I like when he went out with that werewolf. Yeah, that's what the creator wanted. The creator wanted us to, because he's like, oh, he went on a date with that antelope. He went out on a date. Like Johnny can be successful, but that wouldn't make for a good show. I like seeing him get beat up. I think of Johnny Bravo as like the American animated Benny Hill. Less crass though. And also, him and Samurai Jack were good friends. When they would do the end caps, the bumpers on Cartoon Network, they had the one where Jack was doing his laundry and Johnny was there doing his. All of Jack's clothes ended up pink because Bubbles threw one of her dresses inside of his clothes and it mixed. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." See, people, this is what I do. I'm not a content creator. I just sit up here and talk about nonsensical stuff that makes me happy. Yeah, Toonami, Adult Swim. I remember when Adult Swim didn't even have animated bumpers. It would always open up with a bunch of old people jumping into the water and it would say Adult Swim because it was their time in the community pool. Hey, what up, Tristan? Man, everybody's showing up. I agree with you with those except for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I was never a fan. Only one I liked was the episode with the leprechauns. Otherwise, I couldn't stand that show. Probably because my homeboy would constantly play MCP Pants. That I Like Candy, Bubblegum, and Taffy song. Which was weird because I was an MC Chris fan, but you know. Home Movies was great. Brendan Small went on to create Death Clock. And I love Metalocalypse. Yeah, I'm a cartoon head. I love cartoons. I love movies. Not lately, but you know, I still love cartoons and all that. I love my comics. I do all that childish crap. And that was the good part about having kids, because I can keep buying the stuff. And they're like, "Oh, is that for your kids?" Yeah, it's exactly for them. No, that Muppet collection is totally for them. That's it. Nobody else. It was mine. I didn't care. They had to negotiate with me if they wanted my copy of Labyrinth. Robot Chick is still around, Tristan. They're on hiatus, but they're still around, according to Seth Green. Let's see. It's almost 2:30. I got to charge my phone, take a shower, get myself ready for work. See, I'm glad you acknowledged that there was more than one, because everybody else talks about evolution. I'm like, there was one before that. It was horrible. Although I ain't gonna lie, Chinese Goku had a sweet afro. And then there's this movie, I think they got it on YouTube, it's called Future Cops, which was like a live action Street Fighter movie that came out in the early 90s, made in China. And it was awesome because they didn't give any kind of a crap. They just, like, at one point in the movie, the kid turns into Goku. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's do this. But it's called Future Cops if you get a chance to watch it. Like, it's supposed to be Street Fighter. They got the Ryu, they got the Ken, they got a Vega, they got a Bison. Even the kid's dad turns into Blanca and does the Blanca ball. And it's just such crappily made practical effects that I love it. Don't listen. Never listen. I don't even listen to me. I don't expect anybody else to. Damn, you're big. You are too. Damn, Falcons. Sorry, these birds they came right out of the trees and they weren't that far from me. They circled around. I didn't even see them till I looked up, and then they got away. And I'm like, good. If they were gonna swoop down on me, you'd just heard me doing a lot of screaming, and my camera would have been shaking like the Blair Witch Project. Hey, I still love the Wu-Tang video game, even though it was hard as hell. That Wu-Tang game, not only was it a hard fighting game, but to unlock all 36 chambers, you had to go ahead and forego your social life. But what I liked about it was that you could take the PlayStation disc and put it in your CD player, and it was all original music from the Wu-Tang. Which Double Dragon are we talking about, PMC? We talking about the live action movie with Scott Wolf? Or are we talking about the classic cartoon that used to come on? That lived the code of the dragon. Was Shadow Master. Yep. Good, good. I always watch the classics. That's one of the reasons why I love having Tubi. Because on Tubi, I can watch all these shows. I was even watching the OG Power Rangers, and I'm not talking about Mighty Morphin American Power Rangers. I'm talking like Zeo Rangers. It's a lot more messed up. Streets of Rage would be a fire TV show. I'm still playing part 4. Only reason I haven't played lately is because my homeboy hasn't been playing. Because we usually play it together. I like Streets of Rage. I remember when they had like a Final Fight Street Fighter crossover on the American cartoon. Ah, yes, VR Troopers. I was watching the Metal Robot shows where those came from. That was pretty sick. They had one, it's like called Super Ninja. And it was just a guy in a robot ninja outfit who drove a sweet car Knight Rider style. And I'm like, you got me. I'm like, ninjas and cars. That's what I grew up on. Skate is mine too. I'm still mad that Skate wasn't in part 4. Instead, I got to play with Edith's sister, and she's got a guitar. She's pretty good, but she's no Skate. Guy, I thought Cody would remind you more of Axel. She's Blaze, all right? She's one of the greatest video game characters of all time. She's right up there with Carmen Sandiego to me, as far as like awesomeness goes. And cultural impact. See, PNC coming here talking about the crap he knows I love to talk about. I can spend hours doing that. Might as well just start a damn show with him called Random Stuff. Sakura from nope. Sakura reminds me of Yuri Sakazaki from Art of Fighting and The King of Fighters. That's the only time. And the only reason I say that is because they're both chicks that train hard and they both rock Chuck Taylors. They both rock Chuck Taylors. I had asked this question on my YouTube a while ago on my shorts. I said, who do you think appreciated their Chucks better? Yuri Sakazaki or Sakura? Oh man, all is well, different styles, man. You know, I'm just kicking here. I'm actually burning up. I got to go to work in a minute, in like an hour or two. Well, no, wait, let's see. Nah, I don't got to be at work for 2 hours, but I'm gonna spend like a half hour getting ready for work. No, not Sasami. Nah, Sakura reminds me of Yuri Sakazaki as far as fighting characters go, and that's strictly from an SNK Capcom perspective. But I say that because they both rock Chuck Taylors, except Yuri appreciates hers. Her Chucks a little bit more because she never kicks them off. Whereas Sakura, when she's doing her power pose, she always kicks her shoe off and it lands on her head. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think she appreciates it much. I'm always up. Easy's the homie. Whenever he's around, I be hitting him up all the time. Make sure he's all right. Yeah, but Onimusha doesn't count as a fighting game. I don't know why it doesn't, but you know. Yeah, I know what you meant when you said Capcom versus SNL. I know you meant SNK. But first, I gotta work. Ooh, burn it up. Uh, well, Ninja Gaiden wasn't a fighting game. That was one of the most frustrating. I consider Ninja Gaiden like one of the original Souls games. Remember how complicated that damn thing was? And it only had 2 buttons. But dear God, did you spend a lot of time on that? Small plug, broken tape now. All right, I gotta check that out. Is it on SN? Is it on what's that thing? Spotify? Even I'm never on there. I'm never on Spotify. I'm just against it. You know, I'm gonna check it out. I would react to it because I like reacting to unknowns or things that people don't know. Because every time I see reaction videos on here, it's usually for people that like. I think reactors react to whatever is popping or close to popular, so that they can get the juice from it. That's not to say anything negative about them. It's just that if the video doesn't have a ton of views, then they're not gonna bother to react to it, even if it's fire. That's why, like, I feel like Ciroc should be way up there, but she's not. So when people react, they usually react to stuff that's already got like at least 1 million views or 100K views. And I be trying to look for stuff that like I like, but it wouldn't be a reaction because I've heard it. So I don't know what to call that. Yeah, Jean Grey as well. Rhapsody, Il Camille. There's a lot of them. Oh God, it's hot out here. Okay, I've been on here for almost an hour. I'm getting out of here. Not that I ain't having fun, but see that thing is beaming on me, and I keep walking out of the shade. So I'm gonna bid you all adieu. I'm gonna tell you how much love, and remember, I ain't no content creator. I'm just a dude who talks too much. Much love, everybody.